Hello everyone and welcome back to Dev Portal. In today's video, we are going to discuss about the Lambda expressions in Java. Lambda expressions are one of the key features introduced in Java 8, making it possible to write cleaner, more concise and more expressive code. By the end of this video, we will understand how to use lambdas, their syntax and how they fit into the functional programming world. Let's get started. First, let's understand what functional programming is. Unlike traditional object-oriented programming, where we focus on how things should be done, functional programming emphasizes what should be done. In functional programming, we treat functions as a first-class citizens, means that we can pass function as an argument, return them from the method and assign them to the variable. In Java, lambda expressions enable us to use functional programming feature by letting us pass behavior, not just values, to the method. A lambda expression is essentially an enormous function, a concise way to represent a small block of code. Lambdas let us write code more expressively and concisely. This helps us make Java more functional, focusing on what the code does rather than how it does. Let me show you a simple example where we will sort a list of names using an enormous inner class. This is without lambda expression. So, list I have already created. What I will do, let me write comment first. Without lambda. Now I will create one enormous class collections.sort, and here I will provide the names, that is the list of string, and now I will write new comparator and it will take a string, and here I need to provide the implementation, and I will write override. I will override the method here @override, and I will override compare method here, public int compare. It will take two argument, string a comma string b, and I will just return a.compare to b. Let me save this code. Now let me import comparator as well. And now what I need to do, I need to add sysout statement, and I will print the names here. Let me save and run this code. And you can see the names are sorted in the ascending order. So in this example, we use an enormous inner class to sort the names. However, this approach is very hard to read. This is where lambda expressions come in to make our code more simple. First, let's discuss about the syntax of the lambda expression. So let me write the syntax first. So this is the basic syntax of lambda expression. One, that we can pass parentheses and expression we can write, and if there are statements, then we need to put those statements inside the curly brackets. There are three ways to call the lambda functions. One is that no parameter. In that case, we can just create the open bracket, close bracket, and we can mention our statements. Another way is that one parameter, and otherwise we have multiple parameters. Now let's revisit our sorting example that we just seen, but this time we will use the lambda expression. So what I will do, I will comment this entire code, and let me save, and now I am going to sort the names using lambda expression. So first let me add comments using lambda, and I will write compare, and I will write collections dot sort names dot, now two parameters I need to pass, a comma b, and I will write a dot compare to b, and it will give me the names in the ascending order. Now let me add sysout statement names. Let me save and run this code, and you can see again it has sorted the names in the ascending order, but this time we have used lambda expression. One more thing that you can see, we have replaced enormous inner class with the lambda expression, that is a comma b, then we have used the arrow function, and we have written a dot compare to b, making the code much more shorter and easier to read. Now let's talk about what are the benefits of lambda expression. First, that lambda expression reduce the code size, making code easier to read and write. Next, lambda let us pass behavior to methods, making our code more functional. And one more thing is that with lambdas, Java's APIs, especially in the collection frameworks, are much more powerful and expressive. Now it's time to look at some of the examples to understand how lambda expressions simplify our real world code. So let me do one thing. First, let me remove all this. And let me remove unnecessary comments as well. So first thing what we are going to do, we are creating a list of numbers and we are going to filter out even numbers from that. So first let me create a list of integer. It will be numbers equal to arrays dot as list, and let me add few numbers here. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. So this is the list. And now I am going to write numbers dot stream dot filter method I am going to use, and I am going to write e arrow e mod 2 equal to 0. It means if modulo is returning 0, it is a even number, and then I am going to print those numbers. I will add system dot out double colon operator print ln. Let me save this code and run, and you can see it is printing the even numbers. So in this example we have used e then arrow bracket e modulo 2 equal to 0. This is the lambda expression passed to the filter, which keeps only even number in the list. The lambda here makes our code concise and expressive. Now let's say we want to convert a list of names to uppercase. Now let's see how we can do this by using the lambdas. So first let me create one list of string. It will be names equal to arrays dot as list. Let me add few names here: Janet, Aman, Sahil, Shreya. And now what I'm going to do, I will write, okay, this is list. Let me correct it. Let me import. Now what I'm going to do, I will write names dot stream dot, I am going to use map function here because I want to convert them into the uppercase, and I will write name arrow name dot to uppercase I will call, and then I will use for each loop to print those values. System dot out double colon operator print ln. Let me save and run this code, and you can see it is printing the names in the uppercase. So here the lambda name then arrow name dot to uppercase function is used to transform each name to the uppercase using the map function, making it simple than using the traditional loop. In addition to Java's built-in functional interface, we can create custom ones for specific need as well. Let me show you one custom functional interface to check if a number is positive or not. So for that, what I will do, let me create the functional interface first. So I will write @ functional interface. Let me give this name interface, suppose number check, and here I will define one method boolean check, and it will take one number int n. That's it. Now what I will do, I will create lambda expression, and first let me remove this code. Now what I'm going to do, I will write the lambda expression to provide the implementation for this check method. So first let me write number check is positive. I am going to check the number is positive or not. Positive equal to n arrow n greater than 0. This is the implementation, and this implementation I am going to use. So let me write system dot out dot println, and I will check first is 5 positive. Let me see what it will do. So let me call is positive dot, and here I need to call check, and I need to pass the value 5. Let me save and run this code, and you can see it is returning true. Same way, let me add one more sysout statement, and this time let me check is -5 positive. Let me correct the spelling here as well. And again is positive dot check, and let me provide -5. Let me save and run this code, and this time it has print false. So here we have defined number check as a functional interface with single abstract method, that is check. Then we implemented this method with the lambda expression that you can see an arrow n is greater than 0, which check if a number is positive or not. This is a powerful feature because it let us define the behavior inline without a full class implementation. To wrap up, lambda expressions in Java allow us to write cleaner, more readable and more functional code. They enable us to pass behavior as data, making our program more flexible and expressive. From simplifying loops to working with streams, lambdas are an essential feature in modern Java. In our next video, we are going to explore method references, a shorthand syntax that makes lambdas even more concise. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to DevPortal and hit the bell icon for more updates. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next video.